Okay, hello everyone. Today I'm teacher, and today I'm going to explain the chapter three is about the teaching and speaking. And in this video, I'm going to explain the different points about the chapter about the teaching and speaking. And I'm going to explain my activity. And this activity have opportunity because this activity uh, um, I co-applicate in the week with my students, and obviously my name is Maria Paulina Polet Chaguaya Vanega. So in this part, the chapter 3 says that the speaking is the desire and purpose driven. In other words, you don't want to communicate something to achieve a particular end, no? I totally agree with this part. The speaking is a purpose driven, in other words. But in this case, in my opinion, the speaking is difficult. Yes, I totally agree. It's difficult. For example, my students have different problems with speaking. Is the skill that they have more problems because obviously the students have little mistakes with the pronunciation and they change the grammar because they don't identify the different chains in the speak in the first language with the second language, and obviously they confuse this part, no? And the second part, I identified that the students don't understand because the English have different um, different pronunciation with the words that the words right, no? When the words, because the students identified that they write this word, um, they and they have another pronunciation when they say, no? So in this case, the speaking have different reason for the speaking that the students obviously could implement in the uh, this part, and the teacher implement this point in their classes, no? For example, the first is expressing ideas and opinions. So it's super important that the different activities has this this part, no? Because uh, give opportunity that the students give opinions, no? About the diversity, for example, about the different opinions about the religion, politics, I don't know, etc. No? And they could express ideas that they likes and dislikes, and I don't know, and debate, etc. No, expressing which are decide, um, negotiating or solve problems. In this case, solve problems is cool because obviously with this part, with the speaking with different language, I only know English. Um, you could solve problems, no? Establish making a social relationship with friends, for example. It's important when you make a different activities that the teacher give this part of social relationship at friends, because obviously the communication is this, no? That you have opportunity, I don't know, that this so give opportunity that you could meet a people, give a friend, give a gift, right? I don't know, a gift, a word, no? Have a word, sorry, have that one again. No, not really. Have, sorry, have a word, have a friend, um, have a new relationship, and etc. Oh my God, I don't know that say a gift. So the characteristics of spoken language in this part exist different characteristics that obviously uh, you still have. For example, the topic comment structure and the syntaxes, for example, in this case, no, the frequent reference to things, important sentences, very little subordinations, and very few uh, passives, no, in this case. And for another part, when the teacher make activities or when the teacher implement these activities in their classroom, it's important the rules. No, the first rules. Obviously, it's important that the teacher says these rules, no, because obviously the students don't identify. For example, the first rule, no, turn turn talking, no. When the teacher give a minute in the class, for example, in this case, that this class has a different minutes, 1 hour, 1 hour, yes, 1 hour, sorry. In this case, the third tag, implication for in the classroom, authenticity, no, figures, interference, L1. In this case, I totally agree with different opinions of this chapter because the interference L1 is fine, no? Because obviously the students don't identify, I don't know, when they have A2 on intermediate, the different parts about the language, and obviously when they don't practice all the time, in all the day, obviously they have different problems with the first language and with the second language, no, with the mother language and and another language, no. The teacher using English, no? In this case, the teacher using English is important because with this part, the teacher is a fantastic person that the students imitate, no? In this part, no? And obviously the students have have opportunity when they could see these parts with their teachers, no? And finally, grouping. In this part, obviously, when you practice this communication, obviously, when the teacher implements different activities in group, obviously the students improve the language, and obviously the students identify the little mistakes about this, no? Another part in my activity was in this activity, my activity was the guess who activity, and I obviously this activity um, have different opportunity because obviously this activity motivating because this activity is a warmer in the first part, and another part this activity has the first point in important rules because this activity has the first point that is the true talking because this activity has a different rules about this question, no? For example, I'm going to explain in a moment. And another implication for the classroom obviously is authenticity, no? Because in this part that is authenticity, I you could implement this activity to guess who with likes and dislikes for the students. For example, I don't know, with the Harry Potter, no? You put a chat about the Harry Potter and the students obviously identify these characters, no? The character number one, the character number two, and etc. No? And another part, no? Interferes the L1, no? L1 with the vocabulary, you know, for example, and the teacher use English. For example, when the teacher explain the question, no? Do you character have or do you character is a woman? I don't know, no. And another, oh no, the this pronunciation is correct, no? No is month is the nouns, no? I don't know. And another part in the grouping, this part, obviously, this activity have this part, no? And finally, I'm going to show my work. Give me a moment. Okay. No, really. Okay, in this part about the guess who activity, the teacher could implement different strategies, no? For example, I don't know, I imagine that the teacher uh, implement in this case, no? The vocabulary about the parts of the body or the specific things about the clothes and etc. No, and the characters and the literary parts uh, about the theater about the another topics, no? But in this case, I'm going to show my activity in my work. One moment. Mhm. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Mhm. Okay, this is my activity, and the activity that I am going to play this called Walmart, an activity of the gas school game. This activity is really applicating this week in my online classes with my students, where I really show that I work with love, motivations, and obviously I identify different parts because this activity, I applicate this activity in online classes, but you could applicate this activity in presence, yeah, in real classes, no? So in this case, this activity has different points about the classroom. For the first part is important for me because I identify when I explain this part, the students improve their their motivation, no? For example, you character have when the teacher explain this part, do you character have or do you character weird or etc. The students improve. The students only remember the vocabulary, and it's very fast because the students have a question, no? And obviously, I explain what happened with this part, no? And obviously, the students, he is bad, no? He's athletic, no? Give some clues about the object a person switch off, no? And another part, and finally another part in this part, for example, in this case, the Harry Potter, the students could change the charts about the different person with the movies, with the series of Netflix, with the Netflix series, with the situation, with the I don't know, with the book stuff could be. And finally, the reference is this, the University Explore, develop language skills in the classroom, chapter 3. And obviously, I like this activity because I kind of cool implement this activity in my classes. And obviously, and obviously, I use this chapter with this part. And obviously, I identify different alternatives that I improved my classes. For example, in this case, not the vocabulary, the motivation, the characters of the of the speak, and the different rules about speaking, and etc. No, and obviously with this activity, my students motivating because it's important that these activities, the teacher uh, make these activities that the students enjoying, no? Enjoy. So, bye. See you the next class. Um, See you next video. And I think so. This part was fantastic. So bye.